Good afternoon. I'm Tony Furst, U.S. Director of Application Engineering for Armstrong Fluid Technology. And this afternoon, we are here at the ASPE 2022 convention in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. So we're going to talk a little bit about our Design Envelop Booster skids and what they have to offer and the things that are important to both engineers and to contractors. So when I look at our Design Envelop Booster skid, we have a very narrow footprint. So it makes it easy for the contractor to get in on retrofit projects. The other nice thing is our skids, the headers, are connected via Victaulic Connections. So one of the nice things is, even if they have a narrow doorway, they can pop the headers off in the field. They don't have to order anything special from us. Pop the headers off, slide it in, put the headers back on, everything's going to line back up. They don't have to worry about flange alignment and all that. The other big advantage to the contractors is, when you order a booster skid, one of the things that's a challenge is, how do you hand the booster skid? Do you want left in, left out, right in, right out, or any other combination? Well, because our booster skid is set up with all Victaulic connections on both ends of the header, we don't care. You can set the booster skid, you can decide which way you want it handed on the job site. We provide 2 caps and 2 Victaulic clamps, so you can change it any way you want. You can have all left, all right, left and right. Doesn't make any difference, and it doesn't affect the performance of the booster skid in any way, shape, or form. We also build a connection into the header on the discharge side, so if you're going to have a unit mount, a expansion tank or drawdown tank mounted adjacent to the pump, we already provide the tapping into the header, so that's another connection you don't have to have and weld into the field. From an engineering standpoint, one of the things that we've done is we've changed over to design what we call permanent magnet motors, or design envelope permanent magnets. What they are is they're about 40% more energy efficient, and they are 50% lighter weight. The reason being is we use permanent magnet motor technology, and in a typical induction motor, part of the energy you put into that motor goes into creating the second magnetic field to create rotation in the motor. Well, because we're using a rotor that has rare earth permanent magnets attached to the rotor, we are saving 40% of the energy because we don't have to waste that electrical energy into the motor to create that secondary magnetic field. The other advantage to that is the booster skid is extremely quiet. Permanent magnet motors are a lot quieter than induction motors just because of that rotor construction and the way that works. So from a control standpoint, we have an industrial grade PLC inside the control panel that runs the staging. We have staging built in there so that we stage the pumps up based on demand. We also stage it up based on pressure. As we get to the point, because we monitor flow continuously, we know how much water you're moving at all the time. As we start to get to the point where we're not moving any water, and we get to that no flow condition, we'll artificially raise the discharge pressure set point up by 5 psi, allow the pump to build pressure into the system, into the drawdown tank, and then we'll cycle the pump off and wait until the pressure drops low enough to start the pumps back up. That way we're not wasting energy. We have the ability to have either a unit mounted pressure transmitter, and we have the necessary software technology to meet the requirements of ASHRAE 90.1 that says you can use a unit mounted pressure transmitter or a remote mounted pressure transmitter. So we have the software that can work with either one and does best efficiency staging regardless of where you put that transmitter. So you gain all the benefits of being able to meet the requirements of ASHRAE 90.1. You gain a small footprint, you gain an easy installation, and at the end of the day, all of our base and everything is all stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about it rusting out. Even if you're setting it on a housekeeping pad or on the floor and it's going to get wet, we've got a stainless steel base so the base isn't going to rust away.